Thursday, March 26th. It is how many days to the NFL draft? Do you remember last time?
No, I don't. 29.
Pretty close. 20. Just hit 27 4 hours ago or 3 hours ago. So
nice.
Not that far off. Not that far off. Yeah, we are officially under a month, and no matter what month you look at it, even if you take February, we're officially under a month. So away from the NFL draft. Ben Benjamin,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say fuck February. That's not even a real month.
It's kind of a. I mean, you got the Super Bowl, you got Valentine's Day, you got President's Day, some stuff going on in February. We got Donna's birthday.
I mean, just make up your fucking mind. How many days are there?
Right. They should have added it to like December or something. I don't know. Just like screw up the new year or something. Like,
yeah.
But anyways, we are here. Obviously, if you guys have questions, drop it in the chat. Probably be a little bit quieter today, I would assume. We're kind of in that period of post free agency, pre NFL draft where there's just a little bit less action and people involved. A couple weeks from now, we'll start getting some more people, stoked and excited about the draft. So, yeah, 27 days away from the NFL draft. Titans got a new logo, so that's fun. Nice. Yeah, so there's this whole thing of like, it's kind of so the Titans used to be the Houston Oilers, like back in like the 70s and 80s. I forget when they moved exactly. It might have been the 90s or something, but like they kept. They were the Tennessee Oilers for a couple years, and then they changed to the Titans. But they kept the colors and so like the Titans when they wear their throwback jerseys, they use the Houston Oilers jersey. And there's a big debate on like should they be doing that because it's like they're not in Houston anymore, but it's still the owner, the same owner and stuff like that. So there's kind of there's a little bit of like back and forth there. Some people say, no, it's about the fans, not the owner. Like you stole it from the fans and stuff. I don't know. But they kind of went back a little bit to that color scheme of the Oilers. I don't know if you're checking it out or not, but
I mean, it looks like a fucking Spartan helmet, like that kind of shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but the colors are like that, like light powder blue and then red color. That was like the Oilers colors back in the day. Rick's here. We're going to be doing a team review for Rick Saturday morning, right, Rick? Well, I'll confirm with you probably tomorrow. But noon Eastern team review for Rick, so that's going to be fun. If anyone wants a team review, join our Discord. I'll send the link right here, and we'll get you in there. We had a trade in the Discord that I wanted to. It was just posted today that I wanted to bring up. So it's Cam Scattaboo and Luther Burden. This is a 12-team PPR Superflex start 10 tight end premium. I don't know what the tight end premium is, but it's 12 by 10. Cam Scattaboo, Luther Burden on one side, the 109, the 209, and a 27 first. And it seems like so the person that posted it, he would be getting the Scattaboo Burden side, and he's trying to trade. I think he's thinking that 27 first is going to be late. So any lean there, Scattaboo Burden or the 109, 209, and a 27 first?
I haven't really decided how I feel about Luther Burden, honestly. Like, I'm just not really sure what to think. Like, I know that where did he actually get drafted? I remember hearing his name a lot, like pre-draft, and it was kind of surprised. Like, didn't he go in like the early second or something?
Yeah, he went like very early second. He was kind of throughout the whole process. It was kind of a debate especially in the beginning between Tetaroa. Obviously, there's like Travis Hunter, but he was kind of unique. But like Tetaroa and Luther Burden, and then it obviously separated to like McMillan. A lot of people had him like next in line though, not Emeka Ibuka or Golden, who went ahead of him.
So did draft capital play a lot of into that? Because he wasn't a first rounder.
A little bit, yeah. There were some concerns about like, is he more than just a slot receiver? Can he play, kind of the whole all the positions and stuff like that, size, and he also like his 24 season. Am I doing the math there right? His 23 season in college was insane, numbers wise, and then 24 it was down, but actually percentage wise, in terms of like his percentage of his team's like passing yards, it was actually higher. So he put up 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns in 2023, which is really good. 2024 he put up 676 yards, 6 touchdowns, but percentage wise, he actually accounted for more of like their passing offense in 24 when he only had 676 yards. So it was more the team just wasn't really like offensively, they weren't very good. They only threw for 2,900 yards and 14 touchdowns. And Luther Burden had, almost 700 of those and then 6 touchdowns. So, yeah, he is kind of a hard one for sure. Like, he's literally like, I could see him top 15, top 12. I could see him kind of being like, Elijah Moore comes to my mind a little bit. Like, and how excited we were about Elijah Moore or Jahan Dotson, like these guys, and just like, oh, these guys are going to be awesome. And then after their rookie years, like they weren't that awesome, like, I don't know why that comes to my mind with Luther Burden. I think he's really good though. I think he has a lot of upside. So I don't know. Where do you land with him, I guess?
I mean, I think people smarter than me are pretty excited about him, and obviously DJ Moore leaving kind of consolidates the target tree or target share, I guess, a little bit. Obviously Adunze still there, and I felt like he was a similar guy, like obviously like more highly touted when he came out, but it was kind of like. Maybe it was just like, like he was kind of always like the number 3 guy behind Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors. But there was a lot of people saying like, oh, he should be a lot closer to Neighbors or a lot closer to Marv, like in how they were being valued. So kind of similar, like they kind of ring similar in my head anyways, because I don't do like the rookie scouting like you do. I kind of just go off of what you guys, like what people smarter than me basically say. So, I mean, it's kind of tough. So I'm just thinking like Scadaboo's value. I know he was a little bit later drafted. Obviously coming back from the injury on a team that we're thinking is going to be a little better. But I mean, it's still the Giants, so I don't, and obviously like they can bring someone in the draft. What round was Scadaboo? Do you remember? Let me look that up.
3rd or 4th.
Oh, I thought it was even later than that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, 3rd pick in the 4th round. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking he was a little bit later of a guy. So, coaching changes, they don't have like it's always tricky because it's like, okay, like is Harbaugh gonna like use him, the guy he has no connection to, or is it gonna be more of a split backfield with Tyrone Tracy? Are they gonna bring another guy in? Obviously, Devin Singletary is the best guy on the team. No. I actually forgot he was on there. I'm just looking at their depth chart right now. So I don't know, man. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it a little bit. So 2 firsts, both late potentially, and a late second. I feel like you kind of have to like like with the Luther Burden hype, like I feel like the 2 seconds are basically almost like what you have to pay to get him.
Two first.
Yeah.
Second. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even closer to like a first and 2 seconds for Burden by himself. I'm just trying to like break down the value a little bit. So that would mean it's like 3/4 of a first or something for Scatterboo. So I can see the value being even, but I still kind of want the pick side.
Yeah. It is tough because there's also the chance that there's a lot of rumors that the Giants are going to take Jeremiah Love 5th overall as well. And so I don't know. I don't know how true those are. I do think, like, again, I mentioned this when it happened, both New Orleans and Kansas City, New Orleans picking 8th, Chiefs picking 9th, paid a lot of money to running backs where they kind of tipped off that he wasn't going to be there. Jeremiah Love. So he's not going to Vegas. He's almost assuredly not going to the Jets or the Cardinals. So that kind of leaves basically Tennessee, the Giants, I guess, and then Washington. I guess that maybe they were tipped off that one of those teams were going to take him. Is it the Giants? Is it the Titans? I don't know. I think man, it's really hard. I don't mind taking the risk, I guess, but like Caleb's going to have to be better, not necessarily like as a better player, but he's going to have to like throw for more. Like he can't throw for less than 4,000 and less than 30 touchdowns.
And support 2 guys. Well, 3 really.
3 guys, yeah. And so that's going to be, are we just going to get a little bit of a repeat? Now, last year we had 4 guys, but Luther Burden was like, he wasn't playing that much, Olamide Zacchaeus was keeping him off the field and stuff like that. So I don't hate it because I do think, like, if you do get past the draft and the Bears don't draft a receiver and the Giants don't draft a running back, then like I think you make that trade. Like if this is post NFL draft, pre-rookie draft, right? And you know that Jeremiah Love didn't, maybe the Giants drafted someone in the 5th round and the Bears draft someone in the 4th round, but nothing to worry you, then I think you're good with this trade, basically.
Yeah.
It's a risk right now, though. It really is.
It is. You got to really love Luther Burden, I think, to do it, or Scatterboom, but I feel like he's not the needle mover. It's kind of Burden driving like the value in the trade. Dunze and Burden are back to back on keep trade cut. Just kind of interesting because to me that kind of says like, there's truthers in both camps and there's no consensus on like who's the more valuable guy.
We were, I don't know if you were on that stream, but we were on a stream where basically someone asked like, who's the first Bears pass catcher you take in a startup? And maybe you were there. I don't know. But I still said Dunze. I said basically if it's no tight end premium, it's a Dunze. If it's half point tight end premium, I'm kind of split between a Dunze and Loveland. And then anything more than that, I probably go Loveland. Like that's kind of how I broke it down. I still want a Dunze, I think, over Burden personally, but that could absolutely be wrong. Luther Burden did play over 50, about 60% of his snaps on the outside. So that's good. Like that he's not like I wanted to check what his slot numbers were. 155 slot snaps out of 436 total snaps. So that's good. Like he wasn't playing it 70-80% of the time because that might have limited him. So I'm fine with the risk. And I'm going to put that in the chat, but or in the Discord. But it absolutely is a risk. Like you could get because I don't rule out the Bears taking a receiver either.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the one giving up the picks, like those 27 picks are like people are eating them up right now.
He does have 4 of them. He said,
okay.
27 firsts. So I don't know if that changes it for you at all.
Better hope you get rid of the right one.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, I guess I get it, as far as like if you have like you're looking to get some actual guys on your roster for some of these picks instead of just going all in on one rookie class. I think I'd still rather keep the picks. And like my point was like bringing up like the value of the 27 picks. Like I feel like you can aim higher for like one player with those two first or something, like buy something a little more locked in.
Yeah.
It's probably what I would do and not take on the risk of Scatterboo more than Burden, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just fast forward to post NFL draft, and the situation plays out like I said, where there's really no one on either. No running back for the Giants and no receiver for the Bears taking that worry you. Are you obviously much are you kind of taking that trade a lot easier, or are you still thinking about it? Or
yeah, I mean it'll definitely ease it, but I mean I guess it kind of depends on your roster too and who you think is gonna be there at the 109. Are you excited about Ty Simpson if he does actually go in the later part of the first? He could be there. That second tier of receivers, whoever RB2 is in your book. I feel like I kind of I don't know. I know 9 is outside of the most people's couple of first tiers, but there is a couple of one-man tiers there too, with Jeremiah Love and Mendoza, and then it's the receivers, and then you got the tight end, and so it's I don't think you're still out, you're not quite outside of well, this pick's not really that valuable. The 209, it's a little bit more of a throw in consensus valuation right now.
Yeah, it is easy to forget, but Scatterboo was awesome last year. He was the best rookie running back in points per game. He averaged 16 points per game in PPR. That was RB9. Obviously, he missed a lot of time, so we're talking a small sample size. But also, he didn't play a lot his week 1, and I'm including week 1 in here. He got hurt in week 8. So, week 1, he played 11.8% of the snaps. Week 8, 21.2. Those are included into his stats, and he still averaged 16 points a game. He literally had 2 carries. He had 2 carries for -3 yards in week 1 and 2 catches. His 17-game pace was, it wasn't mind-blowing, but he was on pace for over 50 catches, over 1,300 yards, and then, about 15 touchdowns or so. He was really good. So there's something there with Scatterboo. I just don't know, he had a pretty bad injury and stuff like that, but it is easy to forget that a little bit. So Najee going to the Seahawks. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I feel like the Seahawks would probably want to bring in, because they already have a guy coming back from injury. I know Najee's was week 1, but it wasn't an Achilles injury. It's do you really want to go into your season with, and they could obviously draft someone, but it's Charbonnet coming off an ACL, Najee coming off an Achilles, Emmanuel Wilson, who's been a career backup, but he could probably get you by for a few games or a month or so. And then, George Halani or whatever, whenever they drafted him, is that really the running back room? But when you literally just won a Super Bowl and Ken Walker was a huge reason for it, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I guess it's possible, but I'm not. I don't think Seahawks.
I don't think that's it. It can't be it. They have to be doing something. Even if it is either they're really confident in Charbonnet's recovery, which that's a fucking real tall order there. For a guy to get hurt in January and be ready in September. Yeah. But I mean, the Seahawks, they're going to make some other kind of move, but I don't know what kind of position they're in as far as like bringing someone else in. I mean, who are the other running back, like free agent running backs that are out there right now?
Mixon's out there. Let's see here. Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, Kareem Hunt, Madison, Miles Sanders, Cleo Herbert. Yeah, it's not
Dare Gumbawale.
Gumbawale. Keontae Ingram is still in the league. Deneric Prince is still in the league. Chase Edmonds is still in the league. Well, at least they're listing him as a free agent. Yeah, it's I don't know. Najee's and I thought Najee was going to be an issue for Hampton last year, which is why I was a little bit gun shy on taking Hampton and redraft like as early as he was going. Obviously, Najee got hurt week 3. I thought he got hurt like week 1, but it was week 3. He is a good like he's one of those running backs, and like Rick's bringing it up here that he's scheduled to meet with the Raiders. I agree with like he's a better real life running back than fantasy running back because like he gets you the tough yards, he can catch the ball, he can pass block, he doesn't fumble. Before last year, he didn't get hurt. He literally didn't miss a game until last year. 5 career fumbles is really good when you have over 1,100 carries, and you basically have 1,300 touches and you have 5 fumbles. That's really, really good. Coaches love that shit,
And he catches passes too, you know. So I do agree. Like, I mean, I think he was. I think he was a good fantasy running back before last year. Like maybe I don't remember what his ADP was like in 23 and 24 when he finished as like a lower end RB2. But I mean, his first 2 years, like you were happy with what you got. I mean, granted, the rookie season was on the back of over 70 catches from was it Roethlisberger still then?
Yeah, he was just noodle army.
Yeah, didn't he have like some stupid ass number in like one game, like 15 catches or something?
He did have something crazy. 74 catches is
14 catches in the 3rd game of his career. 14 catches for 102 yards.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Najee he'll get a backup job somewhere. I'd imagine maybe not before the season starts, but I mean, a little more time to recover. I mean, by the time the season starts, he'll be pretty close to a year out, but it was not a great injury, that's for sure.
Yeah, but also he was not like this lateral cut. He was just like a kind of a down the field runner. So maybe it's not going to affect him as much. I don't know. He wasn't fast either. So, would he be? Obviously for the Raiders, I think he'd be good backup. Good backup for Genty. I think I'd be okay with that too for fantasy. Like, I'm not super worried about like Najee. Like he'll have a couple game. Like he'll steal a couple touchdowns here and there. We'll be a little annoyed, but he's not going to be someone that's going to like keep Genty off the field. Like, and they're going to be like, no, we got to give Najee his drive. It's more of like, oh yeah, let's give Genty a break this drive.
Yeah. Depending on where he goes, like obviously he'll have way more opportunity to like be startable in Seattle. Like that's not like saying anything crazy, but yeah, I agree. Like landing spot for him is going to be like really important to whether or not like you should even like think about starting him.
Is there anyone that like needs a running back? Not really, right?
What's that?
No, I was saying, is there anyone that like desperately needs a running back? I don't really think so. I mean, teams can use it. I'm just wondering, like, where he has like a chance for like the number 1 spot, but yeah. Captain Zohan here says, what would you pay to go from the 103 to the 101? Depends a little bit on your team. Is it super flex? How many starters, Captain, in this league? Because, you're basically saying, you're giving up Mendoza or wide receiver 1 or 2. It's depending on how you view it. If it's a shallower league, I don't know. Like you're a lot of people are like really excited about Jeremiah Love.
Let me ask you this question in a different way, Mike. Let's say you had all of the picks from 103, like in the draft. What's the highest pick you would give up with the 103 to move up? Would you give up the 105 and the 103?
Again, like shallower league, Superflex 10, start 10, tight end half premium. It's a 12 team, I assume. Like in our listener leagues, which is a 12 by 12.
Let's go with 12 by 10, just because he said start 10. You giving up the two of those three receivers, basically. Are you giving up two of them to get Love? We're gonna have to call him something else. J Love? Ah, shit, that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like it depends a little bit on my team too. Like if I'm a contender, which I assume, maybe you are, captain, or are you rebuilder, you can let me know or let us know. You have the 103 there. Yeah, I would be fine with it in a 12 by 10. I would be fine. I
feel like that's
like
what
around the
kind of. Yeah, I feel like that's what you kind of have to give up.
Yeah,
like you're either gonna have to give up, like it's gonna be expensive for sure, but the 103 you're gonna have to have at minimum another first round pick this year. Ideally, not even too many picks further back, or you're gonna have to give up a 27 first.
Yeah, if you felt very confident in your team, you say you're a contender, you're getting Jeremiah Love, temper expectations a little bit, like Genty year one, Bijan year one. Those guys they weren't top 12 guys, they were top 20 guys, and so like still useful and stuff, but they weren't necessarily winning you leagues. Would I give up a 27 first to move up the 2 spots? It's tough, man. That is really, really tough.
I mean, if you think you're going to be a contender, it could be late, but I mean, I know they're saying the class is loaded, but I mean, that's food for thought. Captain Zohan's obviously it's going to be very specific to your team, but the gist is like, that's the price you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay, I'd say probably at minimum, like a top 8 pick this year, like on top of that. So between 104 and 108. I mean, you can float it out there if you have something later than that. Like always, start a little low. Don't be insultingly low and offer them a second. But
you only have the 103 Zohan this year. I'm looking at the Dynasty Daddy trade database. There's the 101 and the 309 for the 103 and the 105. So kind of like what we were just talking about. That's in a 12-team start 9.
Now he's got the 10. I just floated out there.
100%. Yeah. Do like the 10, and if you don't want to be insulting, like throw a 27 second in there or something. Like if you think it is insulting, I would absolutely pay the 110 to move up those 2 spots. I don't think you're gonna get that though. You'd probably have to throw in something else. So
I don't know. I mean, if you're rebuilding, like assuming like the 101 guy is in like full on rebuild, like he actually earned that and it wasn't due to just pure injury, it could be attractive enough. You're getting a couple of firsts and a second in a highly touted class, and you're not moving that far back. So, I mean, that's the way to like make value. Like you're kind of diversifying your portfolio, right? Like what if Jeremiah Love's a bust,
Yeah. But also like what are, so Rick says he got the 102 for the 201, 27 first and a second. What if, I mean, the thing with like how I'm kind of viewing Love is,
it's Bijan-esque.
Yeah, and like what's Bijan go for?
Esque,
Yeah, those guys go for 3 firsts. I traded the 101 last year, and I got 3 firsts. The 103, I forget what, 105 and 108 or something.
And you also gave up 3 firsts to get Genty, essentially, in our home league.
Yeah, and one of them was a shallow league, and I was fine giving it up. One of them was a deeper league, and I was fine diversifying. You're right in the middle there. But Bijan, he goes for 3 firsts. It's when he went. We saw a trade with Bijan before last year.
Yeah,
and it was 3 firsts involved. And I can't remember if there was something else in there, but and Benjamin, that might have been you. I don't know if he's still here. I know it was Cass. Cass was involved in that. So, but
pull up Rick's comment about what
Jay. We'll get to this in just a second, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said he got the 102 for the 201 and a 27 first in a second.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of shows you like it's along the same lines, right? So the 13th pick, like to move up 11 spots, right, in what most people are considering a more shallow draft class, he had to give up a first and a second, right? Obviously, that's a way bigger jump than what you're talking about, but it might not be that different of value in people's minds because people are kind of like they're already crowning Jeremiah Love, right? Damn, I sound like dad right there.
Yeah, I mean, damn, the guy could be the 4th overall pick.
Yeah. Where is he on? Let's see where he is on Keep Train. I know he's like
5 already or something.
Only 5? Wow, insulting. Behind Genty. Oh my gosh. No, I'm just kidding.
Is he behind Hampton?
No, Hampton's 6. Achan's right after him.
Achan's after.
Sorry. So it goes Bijan, Gibbs, Genty, Love, Achan, Hampton.
Oh. So he's 4th.
Yeah, what did I say?
No, I was just saying. I said 5 out loud, and then.
Oh yeah.
So I was, yeah.
He's a free agent though. He doesn't even have a team. No.
Other trades I see here: the 101 and the 211 for the 103 and the 27 first. You might have to do the 27 first. I guess I don't mind it.
I think that's what you're gonna have to do, like just given the hype and everything. And it might get more expensive. I don't know actually really how much more expensive it could get because I think the top 5-ish picks, depending, like not necessarily like the order outside of the 101, basically are decided on in most drafts already to some extent.
Yeah. So I'm fine with it. I would like to know, Zohan's, like, how good is your team? Because some people say, like, yeah, I'm a contender, but like give an honest look at your team. And if you can say to yourself, well, as long as this guy doesn't get hurt, or if these 2 guys stay, if these 2 guys get hurt, my season's done. You're not like a fool. You're a contender, but you're not like a lock. Like, what's your depth look like and stuff like that? Just because I don't want you trading that 27 first and it ends up being like a top 5 pick. And then, you still get Jeremiah Love, so you're not going to be that upset, but like, you're going to be a little bit upset, especially if one of those receivers hits, and then it's a top 5 pick and stuff. So, like, do be honest with your team and give it a look. Again, I'll throw this out there. We do team reviews. We're going to do 2 for Rick, one of them Saturday. If you want like a little bit of not a little bit, if you wanted an example of what we would do for your team in that team review, come join us noon Saturday. And we'll be talking for an hour about Rick's team and breaking it down, looking at the league, trades to make, all that fun stuff. So, I don't mind giving up that 27 first if you are a legit contender because you're getting a stud piece. And again, even if like, the 103 was a good pick or whatever, like you still got Jeremiah Love, right? Like you're not going to be too upset, and his value is going to hold. Look at Genty, like. He's still RB3 or whatever, right? Like, even off of a fine season.
Yeah, those stud, huge, like very high, like prospects. I mean, even look at Marvin Harrison, like his value's like maintaining. Obviously, it's fell a bunch, but like these guys like they're given a longer runway for sure. You know, like quarterbacks and like these like, you know, the generational talent RB guys, you know.
Yeah.
Is a generation like 1.5 years now? Is that why they say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, shit is accelerating, you know, Moore's law and whatnot.
Yeah. It's just a buzzword to throw out.
I feel like I'm getting like political and I'm not, like, even though it has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of trades on Dynasty Daddy where it's like the 101 for the 103 and the 106, you know, stuff like that. A lot of trades like that. You know, obviously, if you are going to give up that 27 first, see if you can get back like a second or something. You know, some people might not even care, and that's just a little bit the sweetener, as Dad would say. You know, 101 and for 103 and Sam Darnold. So, but let's get to Jay's question. He says, thoughts on Tootin? Do we see Chase Brown breakout, or is it wise to say before the round? So Tootin, we talked a lot about. I think I'm going to post that video tomorrow, actually, with Tootin in it. And we basically say, like, so a lot of people come to us and they say, you know, the 111 for Tootin, the 112 for Tootin. It seems to be kind of where he's at right now. And I basically say, like, I'm kind of happy with both sides there. I think there's a lot of questions about Tootin and if he can be an every down back. He's not really a pass catcher. At least they didn't use him that way in college or in Jacksonville year one. And so I think a lot of people like kind of think like, oh yeah, he's like a smaller explosive back. He must be a pass catcher. It's like, oh, actually they used LaQuinn Allen as their pass catching back because he could block and stuff. So like, you know, Tootin he played 15 games, didn't even have 100 touches in the season. I think he had like 12 catches or whatever in those 15 games. It basically is like, is he going to develop into the every down guy, or is he kind of just like Keaton Mitchell type of player that's going to get like eight carries a game and you hope he hits a home run type of guy? So I think it's worth the risk to like send the 112 for him or, you know, and get him. I think it's like, I do think it's worth the risk. I don't mind taking that gamble, but I do think it's a huge risk, and I wouldn't go much more than like the 111, 112.
Yeah, it's kind of even money at that point, and I guess I'm sure I said this during our video, but I don't know if I'm holding on to like what I paid for him last year. He's, you know, like in my memory, basically, like he was like a mid-second round guy. So like, are you cashing out now, just moving up a few more spots in a more shallow draft class? Like, I don't know if it's worth it, and maybe I'm just like holding on to it a little bit too much. So I kind of agree with what you're saying, and then bringing in Chris Rodriguez too, like that's going to be their goal line guy, you know, and LaQuinn Allen's there as a third down guy. Like, not saying like Tootin won't get any opportunities in either of those things. So I mean, he could kind of become a bit of a trap back, like in that scenario, you know. Or it could just pay dividends, you know, like we've seen. Like, look at how ETN was used there last year. I mean, I don't think that's in the cards for Tootin, but I don't know. I don't mind doing the cash out and re-rolling, I guess. Like, you're getting a little bit of profit. You know, you never go broke making a profit.
Yeah. And, you know, to that point, like ETN only caught 36 passes last year. And, you know, we highlighted that as well. I think they only had 55 catches from all three of their top three running backs. So they didn't throw the ball to their running backs a lot. So like ETN needed those 260 carries. Without him, you know, he drops to 200 or something. Like ETN was not very good last year. You know, he had a good amount of touchdowns and stuff, but like he needed to be that workhorse. I just don't know if that is Tootin. I really don't. So I think it's worth the risk. I think it's worth the cash out. Like Ryan just said, you're making a profit, and could you regret that? Absolutely. But you could also be sitting here next year and be like, sweet, I got Omar Cooper for Tootin, and that's a steal or something. So in terms of Chase Brown, I don't think I would be shocked if the Bengals, I'm going to pull up their draft picks, if they don't go basically all defense. Joe Burrow might just leave the city. They better go defense their first 3 picks. So I think Chase Brown's going to be awesome next year. Joe Mixon-esque or Chase Brown-esque. I mean, you take out the first few weeks for Chase Brown, and he was a top 5 running back last year, and he wasn't even terrible. I remember, we went back and looked. It's he wasn't as good as we expected, but he wasn't doing nothing.
I think he's asking about in relation, do we see Tootin becoming a Chase Brown-esque figure on the team?
Oh, got it.
It's he's got the opportunity now. Does he just run away with it and he's fucking awesome because they give it all to him?
Sure.
And I think
it's definitely possible.
Yeah, but he's asking if we see that, and I think we answered that question as kind of a no.
No, I mean,
not can we see it? Do we see it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah, someone's going to be as good as Chase Brown and stuff like that. You usually bank on no, right? But yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I just don't know. The Bengals, we just don't know. So we have Liam Cohen with Tampa Bay using multiple running backs. Now with in Jacksonville, he did kind of use ETN as his main guy. So it's I don't know what direction he wants to go, but I have to believe, and you mentioned the Chris Rodriguez thing, that they're going to use him a decent amount, annoyingly, and they have the college connection, Cohen and Rodriguez. So, yeah, he's a tough one for sure. Because I think a lot of people, let's see here, Chase Brown, after, so was it Mixon left in 24, right?
What, Cincy?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Wait, after 24?
Yeah, he was. No. He was on the Texans in 24.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna. Yeah, I was I know he had a full year with the Texans for most of one.
And so basically, if someone offered you after Chase Brown's rookie year, knowing that Mixon was gone, would you have taken? I guess it's hard to go back and think that, but it's would you have taken the 111, 112?
Not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a good way to look at it. Are you? I mean, I don't remember where Chase Brown was drafted. I feel like he was getting drafted even later than that. Rookie draft wise. He would have been a 3rd round guy or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just looking through the trade database too, it's the highest pick I see him going for. Straight up pick in this class is about the 110. So,
yeah. Also, the Bengals, it kind of is a similar situation. They brought in Zach Moss in 24, and so it's kind of who's it going to be, Zach Moss or Chase Brown? Zach Moss feels very Chris Rodriguez-esque, right? Of that type of player. So, yeah. I think if I had to I feel like I wouldn't trade him for the 112. Personally, I think I would just take that gamble in this year's draft. If it's a 27 first, I'm doing it. If it's the 112, 111, I think I'm just gonna say, you know what, add a little bit more for me, throw in a dart throw or another pick, and then I'll accept it. But I think I'm just gonna hold. Just for the possibility of what he can be on a good offense. And like we talk about Rodriguez and LaQuinn Allen, but we're also talking about Chris Rodriguez and LaQuinn Allen. So it's not like we're talking about, these guys that can just like, no way, you're not gonna, out carry those guys.
They said the same shit about Chase Brown, man. No.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no, Chase Brown would have been like, oh, are you really worried about Zach Moss and Khalil Herbert was on that team? I don't think he was on there to start, but yeah, Captain. Again, if you wanna get that team review, let us know. If not, hopefully let us know if you make that trade. What's up, Austin? Or sorry, it's Austin State cornbread.
Yeah. The most delicious of cornbread. Actually, I saw everyone else loved the shit out of this. I was at a wedding last year. At I was gonna say my cousins, but then you were gonna be very confused. At Bree's cousins. I mean, he's my cousin too. In Indiana, and they made cornbread it was really, really sweet. I mean, they didn't make it, it was catered. And someone told us like, oh yeah, like we make it like this, and like it was basically like cornbread cut with like white cake mix. Like it was like, I don't know if it was like 50-50 or what, but it was cornbread, but it had cake mix in it also, like in the batter. And everyone was all about it. And I thought it was fine, but like people were like, holy shit, like this is amazing. So maybe autistic cornbread, maybe you're the second best type of cornbread. I don't know.
I think I guess it depends on what you're eating it with a little bit, right?
I mean, barbecue and shit,
Yeah, but if you're having like a chili or something, I feel like I want like regular non-sweet cornbread, But I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it was good.
Delicious. Rick says he's at the 109 in a startup. Would you prefer Jaden Daniels or Amon Ra? Jaden Daniels is still there, huh?
Yeah, if Jaden Daniels is there at 109, I'm definitely taking him.
Yeah.
Superflex startup?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take Daniels.
I mean, how risk averse are you, and how many quarterbacks have gone off the board is another question.
Yeah, because that's what I'm also like starting to think now is because like obviously this league is not valuing quarterbacks. So do I just take Amon Ra and see what sits there? Because there's probably a lot of positional players that have gone off the board. I mean, I can't imagine. Probably May's off the board, Allen's off the board.
Lamar.
I mean, honestly, maybe. I would assume, but I don't know. Like,
I'm not saying I would take those guys over. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's like the 102 or 103 for me.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not even sure if those two quarterbacks are gone because they're like kind of right there, right? Yeah. So, Rick, what quarterbacks have gone besides Allen and May? Assuming those two are gone, maybe Caleb, Lamar, because I would imagine that so it's a 12 team. So like the three teams after you are not going to. I mean, maybe one of them takes two quarterbacks, but let's just say there's four quarterbacks gone. So like, if we're talking about like, I can get Amon. Would you rather like Amon Ra and I don't know Burrow? Or Herbert or something, or Jaden Daniels and Drake London. I think it's pretty even, right?
Yeah. Ricky Tang. I've never read his name like properly until right now. I know that's what it is, but that's what's it called? Rush Hour, right? Ricky Tang.
Is it Ricky Tang?
Yeah. It's Ricky Tang.
Sounds
it's you gotta imagine Chris Tucker saying that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, how many quarterbacks have gone? Just curious. I lean Jaden Daniels as well, but I'm just curious if besides May and Allen, who else have gone? because people also might see all those, is it green and blue off the board, green and blue off the board, and they might start freaking out, like I got to get my wide receiver, and then only one quarterback goes or whatever. So
he said it's similar to Rush Hour. It's not that I never read your name before, Rick. I just always read it as like Rick before, and then like I just read the whole thing like as Rick and Tang. Like I'm just imagining Chris Tucker saying that shit now. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Or it's funny. I shouldn't say it's a good movie. It's a funny movie. I mean,
yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's worth. I remember it would always be on like TV and shit.
It's no Mad Max Fury Road, but we'll talk about that some other time.
It's no Con Air, but
yeah, it's better.
Do you feel Brenton Strange has a lot of upside for fantasy? I don't really. I think he's a fine tight end. I basically how I view Brenton Strange as kind of what he did last year, maybe more touchdowns. Touchdowns are a little hard to predict, a little fluky. He's doing the Kyle Pitts, by the way. 1, 2, 3. Brenton Strange. Yeah. So Kyle Pitts is what's he at? 4 or 5? 5, right?
He's at. I think he got 5 because they tagged
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 6 for Pitts this year.
4 for Strange.
4 for Strange.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of upside. Again, he could have a plus touchdown year, which would give him a little bit of upside, but I don't think he's going to be like the focal point of the team and stuff like that. So if people are valuing him that way, then he's an easy sell for me. Like I'm very happy he's in his own little tier on Keep Trade Cut. I'm more than happy of like down tiering Brenton Strange to Chigakonkwo, Mark Andrews, Goddard, those type of Gunnar Helm, even like if someone's going to give me a decent piece on top. Even Kelsey, man. I've been looking at Kelsey, like, dude, he was on pace for like before Mahomes got hurt. Like, he was, I think, over 950 yards. Let's see, Mahomes got hurt against the Chargers. I'll include the Chargers game. 81 catches, 967 yards for Kelsey. And those,
he sucks though. He sucks, man.
Hey, he's just got a 3-year contract, which is really just a 1-year contract, but
yeah,
it's 3 years.
Give me all the Kelsey in redraft this year, and if you're a contender in fucking Dynasty too, like,
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Brent, if someone wants to give me something for Strange, traded the 403 and 408 for Strange, I think that's fine. Zohan, like, if you needed a tight end, a couple fourths, yeah, whatever. Like, you take care of your tight end position,
Brenton Strange was. So my Brenton Strange story. I don't know if you probably don't remember this specifically, Mike, but it was, when was Puka's rookie year? 3 years ago. He's played 3 years now, or 2.
This was his 3rd year.
Yeah. So it was his rookie year. Like after our drafts, we used to do, just for the listeners, we used to do, our fab budget was $100 in the off season, $100 in season. So you would get a new $100 to start once the season started. So after the rookie draft, one of our buddies, this is before Nico's breakout, Nico Collins, like, he dropped Nico Collins to make room on his roster for rookies. And I put in $50 bids on Nico Collins, Puka Nacua, and Brenton Strange. But I did not order them like that. I ordered them Nico Collins, Brenton Strange, Puka Nacua. And I think, Mike, you got Puka for like $1 or something like that. Granted, no one knew Nico was going to be good. no one knew Puka was going to be Puka.
Yeah.
So I got fucking Brenton Strange for $50 fab dollars, half my fab budget instead of Puka.
Well, Puka Nacua, yeah, he's accused of biting a lady. So
yeah,
that's
Puka Nacua.
Yeah, it's accusations and stuff. But man, there's some stuff like starting to get a little bit concerned about Puka, and like, not only does he play super physical and stuff, but yeah, you're getting some off the field stuff that's starting to make you like question things a little bit. I am going to be curious what the Rams do. So the JSN just got paid, right? Like, theoretically, Puka should be kind of in line, right? Like they were in the same draft class. And the Rams are kind of like, oh, we're still, the situation's different, I think is what was said or something like that. Like, oh, we have a different situation here. Are they kind of thinking like, you don't want to invest all this money in him? I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud a little bit. So, where was a couple more here, and then we will take off. Yeah, so I was kind of this is kind of what I was getting at here about the quarterbacks not being valued and stuff. Like, is it better going Amon-Ra and then quarterback, like Hurts or something? It's not a bad strategy either, for sure. Stranger danger on the rise. Hopefully it can be good. Yeah, a lot of pass catchers in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence has to do it again as well. But there's also a lot of pass catchers, but it's kind of like, okay, like Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers. It's not like, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase or something, right? So, yeah, anything else?
No, I was just looking at the details of JSN's contract, actually.
Yeah, it's massive.
Good
highest
for
paid
him.
Receiver. Are you still Chase number one?
Yeah, you gotta be. And if you don't, and if you're not, you're wrong. Well, he's still not really getting paid very much these next couple of years. Like, it's very back end loaded contract.
Well, he still had 2 years, right, on his contract, or I guess 1, and then the 5th-year option. So it was an extension. It wasn't like a contract. So I think that's why it works out that way.
Got it. Yeah, because 5th-year option guarantees all the monies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, try not to get bit by Puka until we see you guys next time.
Yeah. I wanted to, I don't know. I think you can make the case for any of those 3 guys, Chase, Puka, and JSN. Isn't Seahawks through the third least amount of passes or something like that as well? And JSN still did what he did. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I'll take the guy with Joe Burrow.
Yeah. That's usually a safe bet unless Joe Burrow's not playing. But now they have Flacco again, so
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Flacco will support Chase.
Fun fact: Flacco has not thrown a touchdown pass to Jamar Chase, so I went to Higgins and Yoshi Boss, I think, or something.
I thought you were gonna say something fun. It's not fun.
Yeah, it is. He threw 13 touchdown passes in Cincinnati last year, not one of them to Chase. It's kind of surprising. I didn't realize he threw 13, but I think Chase would have caught one of them. He might have caught one or something. I don't even remember now. But I don't know. I'm going to say JSN over Jamar Chase. I think we're just falling prisoner to Chase is so amazing. Joe Burrow. It's like, yeah, what the hell has Joe Burrow done? Can't stay healthy. Gets hurt all the time. Their offense sucks. I mean, their defense sucks, which is good for their offense. All right, I'll take Chase.
Yeah.
Chase 101.
That's what you want.
Chase 101 then? Over Josh Allen?
Oh, not in Superflex.
Would you rather Chase and Jordan Love or Josh Allen and
it's better be a pretty shitty receiver you're about to say.
Olave.
You mean Josh Allen and Olave?
Okay. Adunze.
Chase.
Yeah, it's still happening for me too at the 101.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take off. We'll be back Saturday going over Rick's team. So join us if you guys want to get a little or a preview of, or I don't know if a preview is the right word, but if you want to see how we do team reviews, join us Saturday morning, noon. We're doing it live with Rick. And, maybe that can excite you to get your own. So appreciate you all, and see you on March 28th. Take care. Don't let Puka Maniac bite. Yeah. Don't let the Puka bite.